Lazy content alert. I'm just gonna be freeballing this whole video. I think that's what the kids call it. Talking about the 1-year anniversary of this channel. So feel free to skip around to whatever chapter you're interested in. And if you have a question you want answered, just put it in the comments. I will answer every single one. Unless you're asking for like my credit card number. I can't answer that. So first of all, thank you. Yes, you sitting there watching my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and supporting me and commenting. And if you haven't done any of that and you just lurk, that's how I watch YouTube as well, so I don't mind. I appreciate you too. I really just love seeing you guys' reactions to my content, and it makes me happy. So I appreciate everyone who subscribed over the past year, and I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for all the support. Channel direction. Which way is this channel headed? Basically, for the past year, I've been really trying to grow this channel as much as possible. I even had like a little spreadsheet where I do 10% a month, and I've been really working at it. I don't want to say working hard because I'm just sitting on my ass at a computer. It's not hard work, it's just time consuming. But every video I make, I was trying to grow, I was trying to do something different and, you know, attract new subscribers and all that. And basically, I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. I'm not going to do that anymore. Not to say I'm not going to make videos, but in case you don't know, I have a full-time job. I have other hobbies. I have people I want to see and things I need to do, errands I need to run. I am a adult, quote-unquote, who lives alone, and there's a lot of stuff I have to do. So I just cannot be spending as much time editing to do full-time growth YouTube. So while there may be a little bit less videos or bigger gaps between videos, there's going to be a lot bigger focus on quality. I want to make things like, you know, the Dead Hard Rant or the Odds True Comparison or the Killer Guide, stuff that like either is interesting or helps people, and basically take out the gameplays, the little extra stuff, the stuff that's like was really quick that I would just put out there. Because time I spend editing that could be time that I spend editing this, and I'd rather just put out good content. I'm not really worried about growth or anymore. I'm happy with what I did for a year, and that's that. So while you'll see less videos, they should be a higher quality, and hopefully you enjoy them. For the people who were like, hey, I liked gameplay videos, I watched all your videos, I love you and I appreciate you, and I don't want you to miss out. So I am guaranteeing 2 streams a month, 2 whole Twitch streams a month. I know. Odds Darva over here. Okay, I gotta pace myself, but I will be doing 2 guaranteed streams a month. You can come hang out, you can come get your gameplay fixed that way if you really need it, and you can come talk shit to me in chat, which seems to be what most of the chat does anyway, so you'll fit right in. I'm gonna try and make these streams interesting, not just random gameplays. I'm gonna try and have like a good goal every time, so it should be fun. And they'll probably be Wednesday nights unless you comment and say, you know, I want it some other time. I can't do Wednesday nights. And sorry, I'm American. If you're European, it's just gonna be bad time no matter what. So basically, Australia and America, cool. Europe, sad, or wake up very early. Okay, channel values. This sounds like a high horse thing, like, oh, we have channel values here. We don't just watch, you know, ASMR trapper sex noises. But I just wanted to basically make a record so that if I ever try and pull some bullshit in the future, you can point back at this video, be like, hey, you said. So my channel values basically are, you can share or react or do whatever you want with my content. I really don't care. I'm not gonna copyright strike you. I'm not gonna go and be like, hey, that's my content, bro. Unless you're straight up uploading my full videos, like, and YouTube alerts me of that, you're not gonna hear anything from me. So do whatever reactions you want, share to whatever you want. I really don't care. As far as discussions in my comments, I'm getting very tired of all the internet moderation and whatever mods just censoring everything. So I always allow all comments on my videos, even if they're stupid or mean or whatever. I approve everything. So if your comment's getting censored or shadow banned, that's YouTube doing it personally. I would never censor, shadow ban, do whatever, delete anything. You can criticize me, you can, you know, be mean to other people. I'd hope you don't, but it's available. And so if YouTube auto-censored you, then that's on you. You probably use too many no words. But basically, I will never come in and censor your comments or go against you, even if you shit on me. So hold me to that. Shilling, I got my first sponsorship offer for like Raid Shadow Legends or whatever. I promise I'll never shill for anything stupid. If I shill, you can guarantee I'm believing in that. Like, it's gonna be like, you know, Adobe software, which I love. It's gonna be like Etnies skate shoes, you know, maybe like Stater Brothers, their meat department especially. It's gonna be something I believe in, I love. Okay, so you won't hear me shill for like Norton antivirus. No one needs that shit. Monetization, Some people are like, how do I donate? How do I subscribe? I'm never just gonna straight up take your money. Like, that just makes me feel weird. That's awkward. I'd rather have you just be a fan for free. Once you're paying me to be a fan, that feels weird. As far as like Twitch subscriptions, if I ever did something like that, I would really want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth and it's not just like a straight support thing. Mostly it just makes me feel weird, so there probably won't be anything like that in the future. If you really want to support me, just watch my video with an ad. And even if you don't watch it with an ad, I mean, I use an ad blocker too, so no hate, no shame, okay? If you watch my videos, you're supporting me, that's good enough. You don't have to pay me. I have a full-time job. I don't need your money, okay? Go donate it to someone who needs it, which is, you know, no content creators. Mistakes and corrections. Okay, I'm gonna try and cover some of the things people commented on certain videos and just general mistakes I made over the past year so we can just get them all out of the way. Okay, for how to make Survivor content, the audio's trash. I'm sorry, I was inexperienced. I really just messed it up. There's not much more to say. I apologize, okay? I bought a new mic. It was $50 on Amazon. I should have done it earlier. In the Bully McGuire meme video, Ruin explodes before undying. You freaking nerds for noticing this. Whatever, go outside. On part 1 of how to have fun playing Killer, I said, hey, there's no update that's just gonna fix the game. And then after 6.1, everyone's like, I guess there's an update to fix the game, isn't it? But, you know, every day online, I see comments that are like, wow, Killer's miserable. It turns out survivors did adapt. Gens still do go fast. And, you know, it's stressful. And sometimes you might need a killer guide. So I don't really take that one back. It's still freaking brutal if you go up against any semblance of a squad. After part 3, some people commented, they're like, hey, I tried everything in this guide and I still can't enjoy this game. Dude, stop playing this game. First of all, you should not even need a 3-part guide to enjoy a game. You know, I admit that's a fault of the game, that you need a guide to enjoy it. But if you're still not, you need to quit, dude. Please go play a different game. Don't play things you don't enjoy. I don't know why I have to explain that, but you shouldn't do that. True versus aughts. Some people were like, you obviously are biased for aughts. And, you know, I tried to go into both of them very unbiased, but after I watched them, of course I'm biased. I don't know how you review something after watching it without being biased. Like, isn't that the whole point of the review? And so, you know, if you can go watch 6 hours of True Talent complaining and not be annoyed a little bit, like, good for you, dude. But yeah, after I reviewed them, I was a little bit biased toward aughts. I apologize. Like, he didn't complain the entire time. I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid that. Okay, the content creators video. Although most people liked it, the two you pointed out were Rapid Main and Spook and Juke. So we'll start with Rapid Main. People are like, did you even watch this video? Did you even see how like mean this guy was? And you know, I don't really care what the guy said. This guy's a tier 1 instigator, dude. This guy's an Olympic instigator. Look at his top like 7 or 8 videos, dude. It's all this streamer, this salty streamer. Like, it's all him going into other people's streams and getting mad, probably instigating just like he did here. He put a winky face, dude. Are you kidding me? He's not instigating. Like, dude, if I go poke the homeless man who mutters to himself on my street corner and he stabs me, like, that's my fault, dude. I instigated. Like, dude, you're gonna come into this guy's little toxic room of like 10 people or whatever and put a winky face, dude, and then be like, oh, wow, I can't believe he thought I was streaming. Dude, I'm not good. Look at this guy's top videos, dude. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt, okay? He is an instigator. He's a tier 1 instigator, and I know it. Look at his face. That's instigation face right there. Oh, me? Who, me? Give me a break, dude. I no benefit of the doubt for this man. Okay, let's move on to Spook and Jukes. Another tier 1 instigator, you know, as you should be able to see by his top videos, but his whole thing is like, it's just a game, right? It's just a game. So you can do whatever you want. Everything's allowed. It's just a game. Look, I'm the king of it's just a game, okay? I understand. I wrote a guide on it's just a game. But because I have, you know, more than a 14-year-old's understanding of empathy, I realize that it's just a game is what you're supposed to tell yourself when you're getting tilted at someone, not what you're supposed to tell other people when you're the one annoying them. Like, do his fans really not see this? That, like, you're a dick to someone and then you tell them it's just a game? Like, it's still dick behavior, okay? It doesn't really matter. It's literally the exact same as, like, Ben Shapiro's whole, like, facts don't care about your feelings. Like, because I have logic, it's okay to make you feel bad. And at least Ben Shapiro's talking about like public policy. This guy's literally just camping people to death on a video game. I would have more respect for him if he was just like, yeah, I ruin people's games on purpose for content and I make money off of it. Instead of being like, oh, dude, it's just a game, dude. You ruin the game for everyone and then you pick out the few people who get really mad and then pretend like you're the good guy. No, fuck that, dude. Hiding behind the it's just a game logic to ruin people's experience is just shitty, in my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. Okay, the dead hard rant. You should have shredded right here. You should have shredded. I know. I'm sorry. I forgot. I should have shredded. But, you know, I think my point still stands because if you're a majority of the other killers on this roster, you can't do shit about these dead hards. So, you know, my bad in that specific instance. I should have used a different clip. But I still think my point stands. Dead Hard Nerf video, a lot of this was wrong just because I was speculating, but I put a comment to say it. Shitty audio in this clown video. I'm sorry, I'm a Twitch boomer. I don't understand how anything works, okay? I don't know how to balance shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just want to stay in my lane on YouTube and make pre-edited videos, okay? As soon as live broadcasting happens, just assume I'm a 70, 80-year-old man who has no idea what the hell's going on. In this video, I said slaves built the pyramids. I know they didn't. Jeez, dude. So many historian nerds corrected me. Look, if you make a joke about the slaves from 200 years ago, you get in trouble. So I tried to make a joke about the ones 3,000 years ago or whatever it was. And apparently you still get in trouble, okay? They're like, actually the guys working 10-hour days in diapers were highly respected. I'm like, okay, well, sure, bro. Slaves, they didn't build the pyramids. My bad. The Baby Meg video, some people thought I was throwing. No, this is a shitty game I had that I just repurposed, okay? I thought that was obvious, but I guess it wasn't. I would never throw a game for content as Survivor. That's a shitty thing to do. I just actually suck. So thank you for making me admit that. And I think that's all for my main year one mistakes. I think I did pretty good. I managed to not have any gamer moments. We'll see if that trend holds into year two. Frequently asked questions. These are the ones I see the most commonly under all my videos, and I will do my best to answer them. What editing software or equipment do you use? I use all the Adobe suite, Premiere, Photoshop, After Effects, Media Encoder, whatever. I like how it works together. I use a second account that comes with my work paying for my account, so it's free for me, but you should probably just pirate it because otherwise it's super expensive. A lot of people complain about Premiere crashing all the time, but I really don't have that problem. I think it's crashed like once all year, so maybe I just do easy stuff on it. As far as the mic, it was like the cheapest one on Amazon with a mic stand. It's like $50. I'll try and put a link for it in the description. What music do you use for your videos? All my music is from like Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, or Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which is one of my favorite Game Boy games. So just look it up and find what you like. It makes for good background music, and really any 8-bit music does. So if you just look up your favorite band plus 8-bit, you'll probably find a lot of good things that you like. Who's your killer main? I play pretty much whoever I'm feeling when I log into the game, and usually I'll just play that person the whole time. But if I have to pick like my do-it-all, it's Demogorgon, just because I think he has a fun power, he's got some mobility, he can jump off ledges, and he screams a lot. I don't know, I just kind of like him. Why do you main Meg? Literally when I started the game, I thought Sprint Burst was a cool looking perk, and then I didn't want to level anyone else up, so that's literally it. I'm just lazy. You can see on my Survivor screen, I don't even level up other Survivors past getting their initial perks. Plus, I do like Meg's stereotype of panicking under pressure. I think that's very apt for me. Why is your channel named Killa Whale? It's from the Andre Nicotina song, Killa Whale. This was my hype song for sports in high school and college. And honestly, just like walking to class or something, I'd just be like, fuck the motherfucker, son, fuck the motherfucker. And I probably looked like the guy in Office Space when he turns down his music when the black guys come around, but it's a pretty hype song, so name my YouTube channel off of it. What DBD creators do you like, you stupid hater? I assume that's the implication. Honestly, I don't watch that many DBD creators. I feel like once you start making it, you lose some of the magic of watching it, or you've just kind of seen everything that can be made. So I like things that are unique, basically. So maybe some Otts or like Hens analysis type videos. DBD Things makes unique memes that are not the same sound effect put in 80 times, and I think his videos are pretty funny. Really just anything that's like different and unique that's not just a gameplay I'll take a look at. But most videos I usually click off just because I either like know where the gameplay is going or I've seen it before. I don't know. So I'm harder and harder to impress. The better answer to this question is what other content creators do I like? And one is Virtual, who does Trackmania documentary videos, and I've literally never played this game, but he just makes videos in a great way that I want to watch him. Video Game Donkey, his videos are always fun. I like his style of injecting humor and satire into actual videos. Internet Historian is good for his animations and deep dives into just random things that happened. So those are some of the styles I like to try and emulate in my videos. Why do you defend the devs? I get this in a few videos. I really don't. I think the devs make some baffling decisions sometimes. I feel like I just try and be a centrist and not say these devs are so awful all the time, and that comes across as defending them. I'll probably do a whole video on this, so I don't want to speak too much on it, but I just don't like to see the other content creators who have never made a video game in their life like act like they know it all because they've played a video game a lot, especially when this video game is like the only game they make content on. So then it just feels like they're like a parasite leeching off other people's hard work and just shitting on them while they make money off of it, and that's just really ugly to me. I don't like that. So I'm mostly against that, and I end up defending the devs because of that. I'm not saying the devs are perfect, but what I will say is that they've taken a tiny like jump scare Twitch indie game and grown it over 6 years to be a pretty huge success and like in the top 20 games played on Steam, which is really impressive. So, you know, I just get tired of the people acting like, oh, devs are just ruining this game, they're running into the ground, when they have like steady upward growth for the last 6 years. I just think people lose sight of the big picture is all, and I end up defending them because of that. But Metal Man, dude, I mean, come on. It's good that they reverted that shit, because I was about to go like full Dowsy, full Scott Jund on this channel, just non-stop negative, and they all would have been about Metal Man. What changes do you want to see in Dead by Daylight? Because of the reasons I just said, I don't like commenting on like gameplay balance really, because I don't know. I could make the most balanced game ever, which is something Otz's videos have been more and more aiming at, like removing RNG, but that could also make the game immediately unfun. Like you just don't know when you change. So I kind of trust the developers to make the game that they want to make. That being said, something I would love to see would actually be in the menu design, and that is a party up feature for when you find a good solo queue squad. You can jump into the next lobby with them without having to, you know, friend request and continue to play a few games with them until they have to leave. I think that would be really fun and a way to make solo queue not so miserable. Are you going to make a Discord? I'm a little conflicted on this just because I've been in a few Dead by Daylight Discords and a lot of them just devolve into like bitching nonstop, and I don't really want that for my community. I kind of try to foster a more positive community, even though I like shit on other content creators all the time. So I would want that, and I don't really know that much of how Discord works, just like Twitch. So I would want to get it set up how I want. I would want it to be a place where like people come to play Swift or like have fun memes and not just end up like bitching nonstop. So if I can figure out how to do it how I want without being like crazy censorship, I would like to do a Discord, but it's probably in the future. You know, it comes with a whole host of things. Again, I have a full-time job. I just don't have time. And you know, once you have a Discord, you have to start like grooming minors and stuff. That's a lot of work. I just don't have time for all that. So maybe in the future is basically what I'm saying. Will you stream some more? Yes, I'm going to do 2 streams a month, as I said earlier. So you will get to see me be terrible at this game. Can't wait. I hope you're happy with that. And how dare you to this man who said, streamer, you're a hag main. I would never be a hag main. I would never even buy hag. She's staying right there in the store for my account, okay? How dare you? Are you actually good at this game? The short answer is like, I'm above average. If I actually put in the effort to like winning and trying on either side, I think I can do pretty well each time. The problem is that I find like consistently sweating in this game very unfun, and which is why I've taken a much more relaxed style, and you'll see me playing, you know, pretty badly pretty often. But I will say, against like a good killer or a good squad, I'll probably lose every time. I'm not really at that top level where I can compete all the time. So yeah, in short, I think I'm like above average. I think I understand the game's mechanics well enough to do well. Will you branch out to other games in the future? If I think it'll make a good video, I'll make a video on it. I don't really see myself doing this just because, you know, I like playing video games alone for the most part and enjoying them by myself, and having to record something for content just kind of takes some of the fun out of it in most cases, except for Dead by Daylight, which I love making content about. So we'll see. If it makes a good video, I'll make a good video. If there's a question here I didn't answer, remember, you can just put it in the comments and I'll answer it. I promise. Okay, last part of the video, content creation advice. If you're not looking to make your own channel, or if you don't care about the inner workings of YouTube, you probably really won't care about this section. I'm just warning you now. But if you are, I think I can help a little bit. I'm not the most qualified. I have 10,000 something subscribers, but I think that sometimes the best teacher is the one who's done it the most recently. And that's what I have done. It's fresh in my mind. And I remember what it was like to have 0 subscribers, because I had that literally like 1 year ago. So the first thing I say when you start a channel, you have 0 subscribers, is to make sure you like making videos and not just playing the game, because if you don't like making videos, you're just going to be miserable. I spend probably 20 times the amount of time editing than I do playing the game. So if you think you're just going to upload gameplays and subscribers will just start rolling in, unless you're like the most charismatic person in the universe and YouTube algorithm loves you, this literally just isn't going to happen. You're going to have to put in some effort editing. You're going to have to do something more unique, and that's going to just take time. You have to sit down, you have to edit. So if you don't like making videos, this is just not for you. You have to like making videos first and then playing video games second. If you want to just play video games, you got to be a pure Twitch streamer. I have no idea how to do that. Good luck. What goes with liking making videos is that it's a long-term thing, and even if the YouTube algorithm like chooses you, it's probably still going to be a year until you see like real progress. So my channel, which I think did pretty well, got 10,566 subscribers in a year, which I think is pretty well. If you want to see someone who did it better, check out Mint Skull, who did, about double my subscribers in the same year, and you can see what his videos do differently. He's about the best 1 year scenario I can find that like started at 0. Spooky Loops, I think, has had a really good year or year and a half of growth, but I think he already had the starting base. So if you're starting at 0, I would look at my channel or Mint Skull. I think we probably did the best. I'd say we, like, he didn't do double what I did, but those would be the channels to look at. And I say it's long-term no matter what, because even if the YouTube algorithm like chooses you, like you make a banger video right off the bat, people are gonna click your channel, and if you have nothing, they're not gonna subscribe. And a perfect example of this would be this channel I saw called Head Sprouter. No offense to this guy, I mean, he made a video that got picked up by the algorithm. It got like 5 times the amount of my best video, just on pure algorithm points alone. 496K views, but people came back to his channel and saw that there's no DBD content, it's not a DBD channel, and so from 496K views, he got 873 subscribers. I'm not saying that's bad at all, that's totally fine, but just realize that like the YouTube algorithm can literally give you everything and it'll still be long-term if you don't have the channel content to back it up. So it's long-term really no matter what you do. So my roadmap starting at literally 0 subscribers was to first just get something out, and you can see that's what the first 6 videos are, just random gameplays and a compilation I threw in there. Just try and put something out, see what it's like, see what making a thumbnail's like, see what making videos is like, and Ons does the same thing in his content creation video. Just put something out, like, doesn't matter if it gets no views. I'm pretty sure all these got like no views. From there, once you've put out a few videos, you want to find what you can do differently. My actual breakthrough into doing something unique was the 6 things you should never do against a Bubba. Basically, I had this gameplay completely edited, and I just really didn't want to post another gameplay. And I was sitting there and I watched it, and at the end of the video, I said, like, I feel like no matter what happened, I was gonna get camped to death. And from there was just the basic idea of making a guide that no matter what you do, the Bubba's gonna get mad, and you get kind of double points from it. 1, because people might think it's an actual guide and click on it. 2, it's funny, it has personality, and there's a uniqueness about it. There's not that many like fake guides for Dead by Daylight, so that was something unique I realized I could do. And so you just need to find that unique thing, because you're just not going to get by on gameplays alone. There's so many channels that just do gameplays, and unless you're like extremely skilled at like specific killer or survivor gameplay, you're just not going to get by on gameplay. That's my opinion. It's a way oversaturated content for really any video game unless it's brand new. The other thing I was doing during this time was sharing on Reddit. You can see down here where my channel was first growing, there was these little bumps each time, and the first one was 0 to 25. That was the hag video. The second one was 25 to 191. That was the Bubba video that I shared on Reddit. That third one was like something, I don't know. Every single little bump in the beginning that was like a big subscriber boost was me sharing to Reddit. So if you have something original and unique, take a clip of it, share it on Reddit's video player. Don't share a YouTube link, because that never works, and try and get people to come to your channel. The mods are really strict though. You gotta kind of sneak around. I like replying to the top comment and saying, hey, this is where the original is. Or if someone asks, then you can say, yeah, it's right here, because otherwise they'll be like, self-promotion, you're self-promoting, even if it gets uploaded to the front page. So each of these little bumps, including like these ones later on, were all me sharing my videos. Like, Reddit will definitely help, and then you can see that there's no substitute for the YouTube algorithm kicking in and eventually deciding that your content is worth showing to other people. All these little bumps in the beginning, share your videos on Reddit or the forums or Facebook, whatever. Just share it somewhere, be real, and if it's not good, people will tell you. You don't have to worry about that. See, 0 subscriber on the 4th, and it's the 3rd right now. So I started at 0. You can do it too. After finding a unique thing, I did a few more fake guides. I did a real guide that helped in solo queue, and then I tried to do some more meme videos, but try and put a unique spin on it, right? Like Michael Scott Plays DBD is not just your general DBD meme compilation number 350. Try and do something unique. That is how you will get subscribers, is being unique. And just see what sticks. I made a dumb Office Space video. I made quick lore videos that make no sense, or trapper sex. Just throw something at the wall, see what sticks. Another thing you can do is play trends, and other YouTubers will tell you this, but again, try and keep it unique. Social media reacts to the artist, where everyone else is doing the artist gameplay, the artist whatever, the artist is the best killer, the artist is the worst killer. I try to just go around and find weird reactions and read them. Very similar to the Am I Pregnant or Ouija board videos, if you've ever seen those. So I just stole something else and put it in, so you can be unique while still writing trends. From here, I felt confident enough to dive into like some real guides that I felt that I could give a unique perspective on, like playing Killer, enjoying Killer, or analyzing Dead Hard, the perk that I hated with my entire being. From there, I would just try and put as much uniqueness and personality into it as I could, and this is where I feel like shorts channels or meme channels suffer, because it's really hard to put personality into those, and people are much more likely to subscribe to like a real person that they know, rather than like what could be an AI robot pulling like clips. Like, you just don't know. So I would try and have a real personality, and you don't need a face cam at all. You can put the personality in your voice, you can put it in your editing, you can put it in your content ideas. It'll come through if you try to make it come through. My last advice for as you continue to grow your channel is if you're going to have a real opinion and not just a joke satire opinion, is to not be wrong. So videos like on Starva versus True Talent or Dead Hard High MMR, the Dead Hard rant, or even making fun of content creators, I really tried to not be wrong. Like, do the actual research, try and come up with every argument that people are going to comment. Don't publish your video and the first comment's like, well, actually you forgot about, like, don't do that. So if you're going to have a real opinion, be correct. Don't make a video that's like, the video I'm thinking of was from a channel I usually like, but it was Hens made a video that said Wesker's new permanent infection build is way too strong. And I watched it and I was like, this requires like every perk slot, eerie add-ons, and like is really quite a lot of work to get working. And most of the comments were saying the exact same thing. So if you're not right, people are going to tell you. It doesn't really matter if you have a lot of experience in this game like Hens does. You got to be right. So put in the research, make sure you're actually right if you're going to have a real opinion, especially as a small channel. So that's my year one roadmap that I did. Basically, get something out there first, then try and be unique, then share your videos, and then try and add more personality and see what sticks while you continue getting better at making videos. And you will get better. I've been making videos since I was in like 7th grade. And while I still learned a lot of like YouTube editing, I already had a good amount of experience in Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects. So it might take you some time to learn to use these things if you haven't already, and learn editing timings, but there's nothing you can't learn from other YouTube tutorials, I promise. Some other resources I would use if you're starting a channel is on Starva's How to Be a Content Creator video. I think there's some really good advice in here, and maybe it won't all be applicable until you're like a big channel, but a lot of it is still super applicable for me. The other guy I really liked who talks about general YouTube videos was Film Booth right here. He makes these really fun to watch videos with like skits and things, and puts all this extra personality into his videos, and that's really the biggest lesson he can provide, even when you're trying to hack the algorithm or do whatever. The biggest lesson you should take from his channel is that you can make everything interesting and exciting, even boring like YouTube analytics. Like, watch his videos and you'll see what I mean. He always goes the extra mile in making videos interesting to learn from. That's really the advice you should take. Make every part of your video fun to watch. Like, there doesn't have to ever be a boring part of your video. If you find a part's boring, find a way to make it exciting. For editing advice, this channel Finzar does a lot of good YouTube editing videos, and I learned a few new tricks from him, especially things like importing presets or building your own in Premiere and After Effects. You can see 3 years ago he had 38 subscribers, and now he has 222K. So he obviously knows what he's talking about and knows how to grow a YouTube channel. His editing is really fast, a little too ADHD for me, but you can't deny that it's impressive and he knows what he's talking about. So you can definitely take some advice from him on editing. To learn how to make thumbnails, I literally just like watched 3 YouTube tutorials and then kind of combine the techniques in all of them. You can see that they start off like very similar to how some of these would look. I eventually picked a color palette of orange and blue and maybe tried to change some of the lettering to be unique, and then I just kind of found my own style. I'm kind of lazy with my thumbnails. I usually just do the first thing that comes to my mind, which is not what you're supposed to do when you're growing a YouTube channel, so you can probably do much better, but you know, whatever you want, just make sure people will recognize it, and I think people now will recognize my thumbnails even when they don't see the channel name next to it. So I know just do something unique is like a very vague thing and maybe hard to do, but once you do come up with an idea, you should make sure that you capitalize on it. Whether it's like an average or a really, really good idea, you should make it as good as it possibly can be. And that means writing a video script. All my videos are very tightly scripted. I write the whole thing on Google Docs. Like, here is my Dead Hard rant script, and it's like just text on text on text. And the good thing is that you can write these anywhere. Like, I write at work a lot, or I'll just write on my laptop if I'm not at home. But I seriously recommend that you write the freaking script, dude. Like, just rolling out of bed in your pajamas and talking about something for 15 minutes is a privilege reserved for big YouTube channels, and you just do not have that privilege. Write the script, make it tight, cut out content that you don't need, and tell people what they need to know in as few words as possible. I've never regretted writing a tight script for a video over just rambling. And after you write the script, just always go the extra mile. If you have an extra idea for a meme that's going to take a few minutes to edit or even an hour, just always do it. I've never regretted going the extra mile on a video, and I've done stupid hour-long like edits and fights with glitches just for like 1 5-second clip, and I've never regretted it. It always makes the video better if you just go the extra mile. Just do the edit that you need to do and put it in the video, okay? Don't be lazy. When you're trying to grow, just do the best video you can do every single time. Looking at other channels, I would say compete, but don't compare yourself. Like, certain channels will just get algorithm points and you don't know why and you don't understand it. and just don't worry about it, okay? Your time will eventually come. I watched a bunch of channels that had similar subscribers to me, and they got algorithm points, they got tons of views, and they jumped up, and I was like, man, why are my videos not good enough? Like, why are they getting algorithm points and I'm not? And now, like, all of them are behind me with the exception of fucking Mint Skull, bro. So the main thing is, if you just keep going in the long run, you will succeed if you have good content. Don't worry too much about other channels that get a random hit video. Most of them won't be able to capitalize on it, or they just won't have a channel that's worth going back to. Another thing when comparing yourself is to recognize your shortcomings. I know I've mentioned Mint Skull twice, that I was kind of like competing and comparing, but really if you look at his videos, you can see that they appeal to pretty much anyone who's ever even seen DBD. Like, they don't have to have played it all to want to watch like 60 facts about all the killers or anything. Like, people who don't play the game could find this stuff interesting. And whereas you go to my channel, and a lot of videos are like kind of hard to understand if you don't play the game or even recognize the YouTube meta around the game. And so, like, if you're gonna make stuff like that, admit to yourself that you're not appealing as widely as you could be. So don't be blind about who you're appealing to. If you have niche content, recognize that you have niche content, and don't get mad that other people get the algorithm more than you when they're making videos that appeal to way more people. And building off that, if you're saying, well, why would I make videos that don't appeal to the most amount of people possible? I want to touch on the fact that your audience community is you. And what I mean by that is that if you're super fun and positive and happy to be around, that's going to be your audience. If you're super negative, that's going to be your audience. And you can go see this, go look at any negative or unhappy streamers comment section, and you'll see a bunch of other negative, unhappy people. So when you can make things that are successful in the short term, like rage bait or kind of like salty streamer, entitled streamer, whatever, you're going to get a lot of people who want to see it, but you're also going to build a community of people who want to see it. And if that's what you want, that's great, but it probably isn't what you want in the long term. It's honestly probably just going to be depressing. It's just my opinion. Negativity totally works for drawing in YouTube videos, but it also has a ceiling, and I don't think that positive content does. And you can kind of see that in positive YouTubers, the main one being Otz, who has probably the biggest following, and when he is critical is pretty fair and balanced and doesn't just make non-stop critical videos. Along with that, I would advise you to be genuine. If you're faking a personality for your channel, you're gonna build an audience of people who like that person, and you're always gonna have to be that person. One of the best compliments I ever got was playing with someone who watched my videos, and after playing for like an hour, they said something like, "You're exactly like your videos make you out to be." And that's the best compliment there is, because I don't have to pretend to be anyone. I can log on to stream and be myself, and I'm what everyone expects. Whereas if you're like an introverted or analytical person, you make up this explosive personality who's yelling or something all the time, like, you're gonna have to be that, because that's the audience you're gonna build. So the main point is just that your community is you. Some channels, like examples of this, would be like Red's Gaming Gears is a chill killer main, and you can see in his comments that everyone's pretty chill and relaxed, not like some other killer mains channels. Hens333, who I mentioned, has a really analytical comment section. They're always commenting on game balance and what would work where and how to do what, because his videos are all analytical. Aaron has a bunch of survivor mains in his channel. True Talent has a bunch of killer mains in his channel. Demi has a bunch of unfunny people in his channel, you know. So your community is you. Whatever videos you make, that's the kind of people you're gonna build that watch them. So I just want you to be aware of that before you go out and make like as much toxic bait content as you can, right? It's your right to do that, but I would just warn you against it is all. That's pretty much it for my YouTube advice. Of course, if you have more questions, you can ask them in the comments and I will answer them. I really appreciate everyone who watched, subscribed, liked, commented, shared, watched my stream, or even if you just watched the YouTube video silently, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, and let's have a good year too.